Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. This is the Captain's Quarters Show. I am your host, El Milliner, the Captain. This video is part two of the brawl at the riverboat in downtown Montgomery, Alabama, that occurred just a couple days ago, this past Saturday. Now, that situation has blown up and is being talked about by many people. All right, I'm not going to say everyone, but many people, right, are speaking about this issue and what happened. And I did my video breakdown that I dropped last night that talked about the actual fight. Like I went through it and spoke about the fight, who was fighting, and that type of thing, right? This video, I'm going to go into more of a commentary of the reasons why I feel embarrassed about this happened in my city, and the way that people are championing those who acted right the way that they did with fighting and so-called defending someone. You know, this is Montgomery, Alabama, home of the civil rights movement, right? We all know about Rosa Parks. Martin Luther King had a church here. You know, he organized and led many marches. And this city is rich in history. People tend to think of Montgomery or think of Alabama in general as being like a racist land. You know, they picture us being still stuck in the 1940s, 50s, 60s. You know, and that's not the case. You know, I've been on this earth over 30 years and I have never seen a fight. I cannot recall a fight where there was a group of white people fighting a group of black people in this city. I can't recall that. I have, on the other hand, seen many fights of black individuals, groups of blacks fighting other groups of blacks, or a group of black people jump and assault one single black person. I've seen that many times, right? I just happened to grow up on the other side of the tracks. So I witnessed a lot of things like that. And see, to me growing up, that was more the norm to see. It wasn't the white versus black. It was talked about. People talked about it all the time. It's like that. It's like the Bigfoot. You know, everybody talks about it. There's a few people that claim that they saw it, but nobody really has any proof about it. It's just people talk about it because it's been built up in their minds. They've been hit over the head so much with this idea of racism being so prevalent down here that although they don't see it, right, in violence or anything in their own life, it's in movies enough and people talk about it in music and things. So, you know, it's in the school system. They teach it in the school system. So you're inundated with this idea that it exists. And for these individuals in this video, the ones who were not a part of the scuffle to begin with, who inserted themselves into the brawl, right? They did that in the effort of, or in the name of, revenge, really, right? Because they had no basis for coming in after the fact when the situation had already died down, and they came in and reignited the flame. All right, they stoked the flames more, and then it went back to, it got worse than what it was before they inserted themselves. But they saw something that for their whole life Most of the people in there are in their 30s. Some were 40s, maybe 50. Their whole life, they haven't even seen anything like that before. But when they saw the dynamic of the black and the white versus each other, they said, time to activate. Because this is what I've been talking about for the last 20, 30, 40 years, and I've never seen it, but here it is in my face, and now I got to activate. Now I can go and fulfill that imaginary thing in my head that I've been telling myself all these years that it exists, and that it finally is here, so I can act on it. That's really what happened. But how many of those people would help out a fellow black person that was getting jumped by other black people? See, that's the part that people don't want to talk about, because we all know how that would go. The World Star days proved this already. Countless videos, hundreds of videos, thousands of videos. We see it on Facebook today, Twitter, etc., TikTok. People, black people jumping another black person. What did the rest of the black people do? Did they come in and save that one person? Nope. Everybody pulls out their phone, gets it on video, and then posts it online. We see this over and over and over again. But the race issue, the racial element of this has been ingrained in your mind so much, and in your heart, really. Your heart has been destroyed because now you activate when you see it's a black or white issue. That race thing doesn't even really exist. That was just taught to us through school. They beat us over the head with this idea. So most people still operate under the idea of racism being a real thing and race being a real thing, to where when you before you look at anybody, see how they treat you based on their character, you look at their skin color. You base the person that they are on their skin color before even speaking to them, before understanding who they are and what they are. Right? And that's the side of this situation that I'm highlighting. I'm going to highlight it because there's plenty of you out there that are highlighting the bravery, the courage, the sticking together of these black people. Plenty of y'all are talking about that. But I'm going to shine a light in an area where y'all don't want to go. There's a whole other side to this that y'all don't want to go, y'all don't want to look at, y'all want to ignore that. Kind of like how over 50% of the homicides in the black community are committed by other black people. And about half of those victims of those homicides are black people. Right? And that's the total homicides in America. Nobody wants to really talk about that. Y'all don't really want to have that conversation. Because if you eliminate black people from operating in society, you cut down the homicide rate by an exponential amount. But y'all don't want to talk about that. But I'm here to shine that light. You know, there's nothing wrong with black people, anybody really, sticking together. Nothing really wrong with that. I said in the video yesterday, in my part 1 video, the individual that started the threw the first punch, the white guy that is in the video, I said he should be jailed. And also the other man with him that was jumping on and attacking and punching the black guy, the black, crew member. That's the, the going narrative is that he's the crew member. So the black man that was on the ground, right? They were beating him up, so they should go to jail for that. I said that in the other video. But also, the black people that inserted themselves in that situation, when the situation wasn't theirs to be a part of, and to be honest, the situation had died down and de-escalated, and then they came back and started it back up, all of them should be arrested as well. Point blank, period. And then people want to say, well, the man that hit the lady with a chair. They said that the lady in the red was throwing punches too. And show me the clip. Post the clip where that lady is actively just throwing punches at people for randomly. What's it happening? That lady is trying to get, I guess, her man, husband, brother, I don't know who that guy is, to her friend, but she's trying to separate him from the other people that's beating on him. And then she gets hit by some females, and then later on she's sitting there, not doing anything to anybody. And this man that has a chair, he's just in annihilation mode. He wants to annihilate anything that's a white man, white woman, whatever. He's gonna strike whoever. He sees her on the ground, sees an opportunity, and hits her over the head with a chair. And people are coming to his defense saying, maybe it was a little too far, but she kind of deserved it because she was with the people who were causing the issue. And, we should, if he has any legal issues, we should have his back and bail him out and this and that. Like, what is it with black people in America where criminality is appreciated? Criminality is uplifted. You have to back that person up. Did anybody say anything about that first black man that ran down when that scuffle ensued and he broke everything up, didn't punch anybody, didn't slam anybody to the ground? He came, inserted himself into it, and separated people. He was the one who de-escalated it in the beginning. I have not seen one black person, one of these people who make these videos and are talking about black people sticking together. Now, one person have I seen give him kudos, give him props for the way he acted in the situation. He came in, he was firm, but he wasn't violent. He got everything calmed down. Then other people ran into the situation. They didn't have a mindset of, let me help this brother calm this thing down. No, let me go down here and throw some punches because I want to get back at them for what they did to this man that I've never met before in my life. But he's black. They were beating him up. So I got to activate and do, help get revenge and avenge what happened to him. That's really what they wanted to do. They just wanted to fight. But that one guy, he handled it the right way. If all them other black people came down and did what he did, if they had his back, it would have been, this video would have been even better because it would have shown black people coming together to be peacemakers in a situation. It would have shined a light on black people in a way that the rest of America can appreciate and respect. Nobody wants to respect you because you just want to fight and beat up people because they did something to somebody else that happened 10 minutes ago, and now you want to come into the situation and so-called make it right, get your lick back type thing. It's truly a sad thing to see. It's truly a sad thing to see. I'll leave y'all with this. I said earlier that the whole race thing, racism and all that, is not real. It really is not real. It really isn't. We are in a spiritual battle. It's not about our skin color. It's not about our height and weight and all shirt size and all that. Like, none of that stuff matters. Because if you wear glasses or contact lenses, or you don't wear either, it doesn't. None of that stuff matters. In the kingdom of God, all that color, skin color, race, that stuff doesn't even have a place. Doesn't matter at all. It's a good versus evil battle that we're in. God said we're wrestling against evil principalities and evil spirits, right? Evil spirits in high places. That's what we're battling against, but we're down here at ground level, and everybody's just seeing white, black, Asian, Hispanic, and it's just an automatic disdain or resentment or hatred for a person because of something that you see on the outside. If you have that issue going on, you need to deal with that and be real with yourself about it. You don't have to tell the world, but be real with yourself and reevaluate and reflect on how you see everybody. Are you part of the sheep that are going along because somebody's different color? That different color makes you act a different way, treat them differently, versus another person who's you deem as being the same skin color or race when they may not be really, but you just going off what you see. Sometimes what you see is an illusion. It's not real. People see things all the time that's not really there. If you know, you know. But hey, man, God bless y'all. I feel, man, it's messed up this happened in my city, but it did happen. And, I hopefully this can be a learning lesson for people. Hopefully a few people. Hopefully there's a few people that can hear this message and will at least reflect on what I'm saying and just be honest, that will be honest with themselves, and they will hopefully make some changes. But anyway, appreciate y'all for watching. This was the Captain's Quarters Show. I was your host, L Milliner, the Captain. I appreciate you all so much. If you're watching on this YouTube, man, hit that like, give me a comment. Let me know what you think about the video, what you thought about the brawl video. And share the video if you like it. If you like what I'm saying, share the video. Hit that subscribe. I appreciate y'all. Until next time, I am gone.